Hey guys, welcome to stream number 2 here at Mainframe Comic-Con, broadcasting live from Chicago Comics, 3244 North Clark Street, here in the Lakeview neighborhood of Chicago. We got a whole nother live stream. This last one ran for about 4 hours. We got a great one that's about to start right now. Remember, guys, go to mainframecomiccon.com, click the donate button. 100% of the proceeds are going to Red Cross and the Hero Initiative. Let's not waste any more time. I want to welcome to Mainframe Comic-Con the first guest of feed number 2. I'm so excited for this one. You know her as the original Jennifer Parker from Back to the Future, the lovely and the talented Miss Claudia Wells. Claudia, are you there? There you are.
Here I am.
I'm so happy to talk to you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is such a fabulous idea you're doing.
Thank you. Well, we're having tons of fun doing it.
Okay.
We only have, I think, for about 15 minutes. So I want to just dive right into it.
Okay.
How are you doing? Well, what are you up to in this period of social isolation? What are your hobbies? What are you binge watching on TV?
Well, first I was watching a ton of Netflix. I saw all 3 seasons of The Ozarks. I saw some movies. I saw one of the romantic comedies that Leah Thompson is in that I'd never even knew about. That was fabulous. And now for some reason, my TV and my Fire Stick on my phone aren't connecting. So I can't watch TV anymore. So now I'm YouTubing romantic movies. And I've been watching a lot of, my church is online on Facebook. So they do like 2 classes a week plus church on Sunday. I'm always watching that. And just hanging out with my 2 kitty cats, 3 kitty cats.
Oh, you forgot about one of your kitty cats?
I know.
No.
The old lady, she's 18, and then we have the babies who just turned 1.
18-year-old cat.
18.
Well, big shout out to Mr. 18. We definitely want to talk about Back to the Future in a little bit, but what are you working on right now? I know you got a new movie called Quinn.
Well, Quinn actually is interesting. It's sort of a love movie that they keep making my part bigger. So they keep calling me in to shoot more. It's an independent. And then now I'm supposed to be in Miami for a Comic-Con that, of course, was canceled. And in a week or 2, I was supposed to be in the Czech Republic to star in a fairy tale movie where I play the Queen. And Donnie Most from Happy Days is in it.
Yeah.
So as soon as Czechoslovakia opens up again, we'll be filming that.
Right,
and then it's like 4 different Comic-Cons and appearances that, of course, got either canceled or postponed.
What's your convention life like? Like what are fans? I mean, you just flocked with fans. I mean, you have a lot of. I mean, obviously, you do a lot of conventions.
I love doing conventions. I love the interaction with fans. I'm always really touched by how incredibly beautiful they are and kind. And, some people will cry or shake, or they tell me that, it's the greatest moment. Even a 5-year-old will say, this makes my life.
I mean, well, Back to the Future, it stands past all age groups.
It's amazing. I love to travel. I love to be able to bring joy to people, which is so easy just by, loving on people. And it's just a beautiful, unusual, rare experience that I feel very honored to be able to have.
Well, we're insanely excited you're joining us here at Mainframe Comic-Con. The comment sections are already lighting up, guys. We are going to answer your comment section questions for Claudia in just a minute. So let's talk a little bit about Back to the Future.
Okay.
I mean, it's a movie. I love just the stories of the production of the movie Back to the Future. There's so many of them. Obviously, I mean, the Eric Stoltz casting with Michael J. Fox. I want to talk a little bit about your casting experience. How did you land this iconic role? Just kind of let's wind the clock back a little bit, so to speak.
I think in a sense it had to have been meant to be, because I screen tested for several Amblin movies in the previous months. So it got down to me and 1 or 2 other girls for Gremlins, Goonies, and Young Sherlock Holmes. So when I went in for Back to the Future, I had one interview with everybody. It was the producers, the writer, Steven Spielberg, the casting people, all of them. And I read with this guy who was on his 11th callback for Marty. And it was just so much fun. I was in there for probably 2.5 hours. And it was just Steven and I chit-chatting and doing the scene again and again and again. They had me do the Leah Thompson scene when she's in the car with Marty and she's drinking and smoking, and that whole scene in the parking lot. And I wasn't allowed to read the script. I found out maybe 2 weeks later I got the part. And then I think maybe a month later, I found out that the pilot Off the Rack that I'd done with Ed Asner and Eileen Brennan and Dennis Haysbert was in it. It got picked up for a mid-season replacement for 6 episodes. And they were filming at the same time as Back to the Future. So the producers on the ABC show wouldn't share me with Amblin. I had to then back out of doing the movie. And I'd already done photo sessions with Eric Stoltz because he was Marty. And we talked on the phone as, our characters because he's very method. I actually knew him because we took acting class with Stella Adler together. So at that point, I had to back out from the movie. They recast my part with actually a girl that I used to be in major competition with a lot for parts. And then I did my 6 episodes. Eric Stoltz didn't work out, so they cast Michael in his spot. And I was then available. The girl they recast me as was too tall, thank God. I'm 5'3.5", Michael's 5'4". I got my part back.
That's how it happened.
Totally meant to be.
Okay, well, I mean, I gotta ask the question: what happened between parts 1 and 2?
My mom got really, really ill, and there was just a lot of horrible stuff going on in my family. With that, she was dying, so I backed out of everything, and I was just dealing with kind of family trauma. There
we go. There you have it, people. The mystery is solved. I understand.
I like that I was Jennifer in the first one though, because it makes it kind of special when people are like, "You're my Jennifer." Oh yeah,
without a doubt, and it's the better of the trilogy. I mean, it's the classic one that's going to live on forever. Yeah. You also you returned to the character Jennifer Parker in some of the video games. You were in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Did you actually I know Christopher Lloyd did some voices, and I think Michael also did some voices in the video game. Did you ever get to...
Actually, Michael didn't, but the guy AJ who played Marty was just so good. People thought it was Michael.
Did you have a chance to like link back up with any of the old cast members, like maybe Christopher?
Oh, yeah. We would hang out together, and he would start like right after I did, or he'd start before I did. So we would hang out and chat. And, I see a lot of the cast members at autograph shows, and we all traveled together. So we've become better friends than we were, and we stay in touch in a beautiful way that way. Lee and I we're text friends. We went on a walk a couple weeks ago. So Donald, I've dressed him at my store for years now. We met at the 25th reunion party for the first time. And so it's great. In fact, a friend of mine was seeing Crispin Glover yesterday, and I said, send him my love. I went to high school with him. We were in the drama department together.
Really?
Yes.
Claudia, this is insanely informative interview, I gotta say. I'm learning so much.
I'm very transparent.
Well, I got to open it up to some of these questions in the chat. They're blowing up. First one comes from Matthew Woods, who says, if you had a time machine, where would you go to right now?
I get asked that. I have 2 answers to that. One, definitely, I would go back to when Jesus Christ was alive, and I would want to hang out with him and listen to him and rest with him and just really, take in as much as I could in person. And then the other one is I actually am in a really good place in my life where I wouldn't want to go back and I wouldn't want to go forward. I just enjoy where I am right now. I'm just in a really, for years now, a happy, comfortable. I love working at my store. I love traveling. I love the acting jobs that still come to me, and my 3 babies. So I'm just happy. I like life right now.
That's the best answer I've ever heard, Claudia.
Thank you.
You are just so full of life. I got a million questions I want to go, so let me go to this next one. This comes from Xander Bowie. Writes, such a big fan here. We've met you at Hollywood shows and at your store. You're always so lovely. Is there any question you always get that you're tired of answering? Darn it.
I'm actually not tired of any of the questions because they all come in such a sincere way. And the fact that people care about me that I've never met, it means the world to me. I mean, when I go on Instagram or Facebook, I get so many. There's like every now and again, the guy will say, oh, you've had so much plastic surgery. And I'm like, actually, this is just what I look like. This is me. So that's no. But other than, those occasional ones, every single person is so nice, so uplifting, so generous. I feel like I've got a gazillion family, friends all over the planet. So there's no question that I hear too much of because I'm flattered by all of them.
Let me ask if you've ever heard this one from Joshua Palace. Hi, Claudia, huge fan. Back to the Future is a timeless classic. Apart from that film, what's your favorite time travel film? You ever been asked that one before?
Okay, so that's the first time ever in the history of the world. Congratulations. I have, I saw Star Trek when I was a kid on TV, but does that count?
Yeah, Star Trek, I think it was 4, Star Trek 4, the Voyage Home.
No, I only saw the one on television.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it's funny because I'm friends with Bob Picardo, and he came to my store when for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, and I said, "Oh, you mean the TV series?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "You mean the real Star Trek?"
No.
And he said, "We prefer not to call that the real Star Trek, but that's the only one other than the first one when I was in the 5th grade that I ever saw."
All right. Another question from TPAT MC69. What was it like doing 1980s auditions for various TV shows that you appeared on?
Funny. I mean, everything was in person back then. So you go to the audition with the casting director, then they bring you in with the producers and the director, then they bring you into the network, which we always called the suits. So they called me Pilot Queen. I did a pilot every year, and everything was personal. And, sometimes the casting directors would already know my work, so they bring me in straight with the directors and writers. I loved it. I love meeting new people. I love doing cold readings. I love acting. So I thought it was a very enjoyable experience. Now with everything being online, I just kind of sit it out. And when people find me and offer me parts, I'm like, sure.
Yeah. It takes some of the personal aspect out of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
We had another really great one from Lost in Comics writes, I'm sure people ask this all the time, but when you were filming Back to the Future, did you have any inkling of how a special film it would be?
Absolutely none. I mean, I was just excited to be on a Spielberg movie. It was my first movie I'd ever done. I'd done tons of television series and episodics, movies of the week. I'd done stage, but it was my very first film. I didn't think about when it was coming out other than fear, because I would be so big on the screen that if I messed anything up, it would be so obvious. So I was kind of nervous, afraid, but the fact that it came out so successfully never occurred to me.
Yeah. Well, people in the chat keep talking about your store. Can you tell us a little bit about your store?
I certainly can.
Are we in your store right now?
No, we're in my office. This is actually all my pictures that I have set up for when people buy them on my ClaudiaWells.com fan site. So I kind of have it set up so it's a little easier. And also
ClaudiaWells.com.
ClaudiaWells.com. Okay, so my store is 28 years old, 28 and a half. It's in Studio City. It's called Armani Wells. And there's a change. I'm now only open by appointment. So you go to ArmaniWells.com and you can schedule an appointment. I'm the only one that you'll ever see because I'm the only one there. And I dress men. It's high-end clothing at discount prices, casual to formal, head to toe. I did men's resale before it ever existed because I opened in 91. And I just have a knack for making men gorgeous and looking at them, and I dress them. And basically all men have to do is walk in. Tell me what the event is. Tell me what your stage of life is. Stand there and I'll dress you and I'll make it all perfect. And you pay about 20% of retail value on high-end clothing. It's pretty spectacular. I love it. And I'm open only by appointment now because I do travel a lot doing shows and jobs. And that way people don't have to wonder if I'm in or not when they come in. They schedule an appointment and they'll know for sure that I'm there just for them.
Awesome. Well, I think we have time for like one more question before we roll on. But this comes from Walt Weiss. I bet everyone asked this. How is it working and hanging out with Michael J. Fox?
Awesome. Great guy, nice guy, talented guy, funny guy, very down to earth, very positive energy, just everything terrific that you would imagine he is. He is.
Wow. Well, no doubt. Claudia, this has been awesome. This has been like a lifelong dream of mine to sit down and talk to you. Obviously, you are my Jennifer Parker. Always have been.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the pictures behind you right now, and I'm getting a little teary-eyed.
There they are.
One last question, then we're going to move on really, really, really fast. Was the city of Hill Valley, is that an actual place, or was that just on a back lot? Like
No, it's
where the clock tower.
Part of it's an actual place, like they did stuff at the mall and in the parking lot and things. But backstage with the clock tower was Universal Bat Lot.
Well,
it's still there,
you.
actually. They've rebuilt it 3 times. There was 3 fires.
That's terrible.
I know.
Claudia, thanks so much for being here. This was absolutely spectacular. Thank you for kicking off stream number 2 of Mainframe Comic-Con.
My pleasure.
Guys.
And I'm real active on Facebook and Instagram. All my handles are The Claudia Wells. So if you want to friend me or whatever on The Claudia Wells, I do respond. It's all me. It's not like some publicist.
There you go, guys. The Claudia Wells, original Jennifer Parker right there. Thanks so much for being here. Guys, up next, we got the guys from Ink Fusion Tattoo Empire. If you've ever been to a comic book convention and you've seen people doing tattoos, that's this company. So we're going to talk all about tattooing at Comic-Cons in just a second with Mark and Kale. So stick around. We'll be right back right here on Mainframe Comic-Con.
Thank you.